Magnolia, that's later in the show. Gardenia.
Yes, we are doing the Gardenia, very fragrant.
We're doing the Gardenia. This is brand new today. It is a pre-season sale price. Again, free shipping and handling on this, which we love. And Cottage Farms, just because I wanted to introduce the folks first, is known as the grower's grower. That is the brand where folks who are professionally landscaping different yards and maybe creating that backyard oasis, that backyard point of difference and focal point for their friends, they go to Cottage Farms. So I want to introduce you to Katie Dubois. And is it Bow or Bow?
Bow.
Katie
I'm so glad
Dubois.
to be here.
Yes, Katie Dubois. She is one of our new guests for Cottage Farms. She's a mom of two.
I am.
And she is a trend expert when it comes to growing. So we have a
Gardenia.
Magnolias later in the show. We have a Gardenia. Tell us about Gardenias and why Gardenias.
Well, the first thing when you have a Gardenia at home, or if you've ever had a Gardenia, the first thing you think of is fragrance. You are going to be hit with that smell, that sweet, that earthy, that honey-like smell. I mean, it's going to perfume the whole studio here. It's going to perfume your whole garden. It'll perfume your whole house. That is the #1 thing why people choose Gardenias, is because they have a delicious smell.
The delicious smell, and the plant that you're looking at right now would be how old?
So it depends on what climate you're growing in.
Okay.
So if you are in the south, then you can get, from our ship sample, you can get this plant at the end of your first season, but definitely by the second season.
Okay, so what we're gonna get exactly, will you show us
Yep,
what we're gonna get?
so you are going to get this beautiful specimen of this Gardenia here, which is a 5.5-inch pot. And so it is a healthy Gardenia. You've got a bunch of stems already growing out, and there are even some buds on it. So this is a beautiful, healthy, you can see this dark green foliage, how beautiful it is. It's already sprouting new growth. So this is what comes to you at home. And when you get this at home, it's going to ship to you at exactly the right time. You want to take it out of the plastic, and if you can plant it then, great. If you can't plant it then that's okay. You just set it out in the sun for a little while and get to it as quickly as you can.
Let's show you some pictures because we want to share with you kind of where you'd plant it, and obviously they're going to ship to you when you plant it. So when do I turn to a Gardenia?
Well, we've chosen this Gardenia because it's a great container plant. Everyone loves Gardenias, like I said, for the fragrance, but this is a button Gardenia, so it is going to be covered in flowers. It is going to be a nonstop bloomer. So the great thing about this flower is that it will start to bloom, depending on where you live, but it will start to bloom in the late spring, early summer, and then from the time that it starts to bloom, the whole entire plant is going to be covered in these white little blossoms.
Now, of course, I could find Gardenias at my flower store and buy them there, you know, when it's time, when they've got them coming in. Why would I pick up this one?
Well, you know, I was actually at my local garden center this weekend and I saw a tiny little one, and it was expensive. So you're getting a great, you know, this is a great deal. Plus, this nonstop Gardenia is hard to find. So you're going to want to pick this one, and you're going to want to put it on your patio. This also would work great in 2 containers by your front door, because the Gardenia is a symbol of hospitality. So my mom grew up in the South, and when I was a little girl, my grandparents had 2 Gardenias on either side of their door when you walked in. And in the South, I don't know where you're from, but it's pineapples too.
Oh, right,
so you've got your pineapples, you've got your Gardenias, and you've got that fragrance, so when someone walks in your door, they instantly feel welcomed.
I love that. I'm from Minnesota.
Okay, so, but hospitality, those Midwestern, there you go.
I have. I've lived in Georgia. So the Gardenia, and also that bright white, right? So it's crisp, it's bright, the fragrant hits you. This is one that you said potted for the most part, or I can put it in ground?
So great question. So if you are in those climates like 7, where we are here in Pennsylvania, or south, or a little bit further south than us in Atlanta, like you talked about, Florida, you can plant this in the ground. We really love it as a container plant though. But if you're here in Pennsylvania or north, you're going to want to bring it in. It'll make a beautiful house plant. It will be great. It will thrive inside. Put it by a sunny window, but you're definitely going to want to bring this in for the winter.
And here's what I'm thinking just in terms of gift giving, because this is what's going to come to me, right? So this is going to come to me. I can put it in a really pretty pot.
Yes.
Give it as a gift to somebody. And for $26.52, I'm giving a reblooming, fragrant like nobody's business plant that they're just going to bring in if they have it outside by their door, and they'll bring in later. Or can it just be an indoor house plant the whole time?
It can just be an indoor house plant. It loves sun, so you're going to want to put it in a spot that gets part sun, which means you're going to want to make sure this plant gets at least 4 to 6 hours of sun a day.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it does like a little bit of break in the brightest day, part of the day. But yeah, so you can keep it inside. I know people who have gardenias as houseplants.
Well, I think it's gorgeous. It's M61287. That's your item number. This is $26.52. Free shipping and handling on every single thing that we have. All the plants that you're going to see today in this 2-hour show. If you are shopping with your Q card, you can put this on 3 easy payments, so you can break up that $26.52 into 3 if that is a little bit more appealing to you. I feel like a gardenia is symbolic of things as well.
Oh, absolutely. This gardenia has been cultivated for thousands of years. So this is a very old plant. It is a very popular plant. And so it's just a symbol, like we said, of hospitality. But I don't know if you're a Billie Holiday fan.
I am,
but
yes.
she famously wore gardenias in her hair. So it became this symbol of femininity as well. So it's a very delicate plant. You know, this will bloom so much. If you wanted to wear one to a party every weekend in the summer, this plant will get you. You're good.
And do they take gardenias and they cut the stems and float them in water?
Yes, that's a very popular way to do it, because then it will make your whole house smell.
Okay.
So you can float them in a you know, if you're having a party, a dinner party, it's a nice low scape for a dinner party. It doesn't get in the way.
Right. I love that idea. And at $26.52, think about that. I often am buying and sending flowers to my mom, like some FTD florist or what have you, know, like birthdays or anniversaries or that sort of thing. This is way less than the price of one bouquet you're sending to somebody. And the fact is that if you are cutting those gardenias and putting them in the dishes of bowls of water around your house, you can, but this will continue to bloom and bloom and bloom. Free shipping and handling on this. It's going to ship to you at the appropriate time for you to plant it in your area?
Absolutely, yes. Cottage Farms has got your back. So this will arrive to you if you check out the zone map on QVC.com. This plant will arrive to you at exactly the right time for you to plant it outside according to your zone.
Okay, so get used to Katie Dubois. I'm going to say that right, bow, because I keep wanting to say bow in your hair, but it's a bow, because she's going to continue on with me, and then Kelly's going to come in a little later. M61287 is your item number on that. Started with the gardenia. We're going to keep going, though. Still to come in the show, edibles, which we're super excited about. We love edibles. These are strawberries. It's the Cottage Farm 6-piece sweet